Hello everybody and welcome to race number 2 of the YTRSS Regal Cup Series here today in beautiful Rockingham, North Carolina for our second race here today, the Autotrader 400. We are back here at Rockingham Motor Speedway for today's race. We had a pretty exciting week of speed last weekend, and now it's time to move on to race number 2 to see the second driver that will go home with the win. Or could it even be Christian Vargas once again? We'll find out here today. On the pole, we have pretty familiar driver Philip Watson, the 39 car, winner of the Beachside 400 in Season 1. Had a really good run last week, and now he's looking to have a better run here today, starting on the pole. In row 2, we got, not in row 2, but second place, we got Connor Breton on the outside of row 1 here. Pretty good run last week as well. Then we got Blake Jefferson, Randorati making row 2. Jimmie Johnston, who won the race here in Season 1. Along with Camden Wilson in row 3. Kendrick Lawson and Michael Zartman Jr. making their first starts of the season in row 4. And rounding out the top 10 is Stephen Willie and Owen Miles, who had a pretty violent crash in the closing laps of the Beachside 400, hoping to make things better today. Continue through the field, we got Caleb Campbell, Brandon Barani. We got Laurel Steelman, Farmers Khalil, Gerardo Ron, Josh Hayden, Brandon Foster, Spencer Purcell making his first start of the season after failing to make the Beachside 400, but he's going to be in every race beyond from here on out. And we got Jeff Toledo, Cody Smart, Zach Williams, Candy Keller, Jose Mills, Drew Lowe, Danielle Jones, Trey Wright, Luke Ryan, Ryan Labongo, Christian Vargas, the Beachside 400 champion from last week, Salmon Oskin, David Garcia, Scott Sprinkle, Griffin Lynn, Anthony Fox, Peyton Beasley, Juan Camacho, LJ Toledo, Chris Fristed, Noah Sweet, and Nicholas Breeden, rounding out the field here today. So, of course, with all that being said, I think it's time to talk about, the big drivers given out today. The first one, of course, is the driver that had the best early start. So far in the points, we have Christian Vargas in the 41 car. Managed to win a big race at Daytona and is currently your points leader. A good run today, could keep it in that points lead at the moment here as he will roll off a little bit farther back in the field. Another driver to keep an eye on for sure is the driver that had the fastest lap in knockout qualifying, Michael Zartman Jr. in the 50 car. Had a very fast car in the field here, and he's looking to have that big redemption here today. And of course, the last driver to keep an eye out on is our pole sitter, Philip Watson, as he has a lot of experience here today, and he's going to be leading them off for our 40-lap event here today in beautiful Rockingham, North Carolina. Here we go. Green flag is out, and away we go here at the Autotrader 400 at The Rock. Alrighty, looks like some big runs already with Blake Jefferson looking on the inside, as he's already going to pull away with a big lead already. Just like in the Beachside 400, the pole sitter's not going to lead the first lap. Lap 1's going to go to Blake Jefferson, and in second is the defending winner of this race, Jimmie Johnston. Hoping to go 2-0 here at Rockingham. Oh, we got trouble already. Whoa, that was Spencer Purcell to 25 in the wall. But no caution, and it doesn't look like much side damage. Whoa, and that was Peyton Beasley in the 16. Nearly goes around. Gonna hang up Breeden, Camacho, and Fristed in the process. But it is still Blake Jefferson leading. That was a very close call. Could have easily been a crash, but not today. As Blake Jefferson, the 84, had a pretty strong car early on in the race and then got spun and was involved in a big second crash. Currently running in the front, had a pretty decent race, but meanwhile, here comes Philip Watson trying to claw his way back up to the front as Jimmie Johnston falls back, and meanwhile, here comes Kendrick Lawson, the 11, looking for some big redemption. here today. After having a very frustrating almost said speed weeks. Very frustrating week of speed. And now he's stuck on the outside and he's going to fall back. Right now it is still Blake Jefferson, who's led every lap so far in this race. Philip Watson in second, and now passing for third. Passing for third is the 50 of Michael Zartman. Now see if he can look inside for second. As Jimmie Johnston continues to fall back, Josh Hayden now working his way up to the top 5. As Philip Watson, looks like he's trying to see if he can look on the inside of Jefferson for the lead here. Side by side going down the front straightaway. And almost looks like Philip Watson's going to have it, and he will. Philip Watson once again reclaims the lead. And it looks like he's going to keep it this time. As now Zartman Jr. takes over second. As Blake Jefferson falls back to third. And Jefferson continues. He loses fourth to Kendrick Lawson. And now he's about to lose fifth to Josh Hayden. As he is falling back drastically right now. As Philip Watson only has one win in it. Actually, no, wait. He actually has 2 wins in his career, with winning the Beachside 400 and the Kansas race. Hoping to make that 3 to tie with Spencer Purcell for the most wins in the YTRSS. Holding it strong all day here. And then we got Michael Zartman Jr. Failed to make the Beachside 400. Looking to see if he can get a good run here today. Very strong car in knockout qualifying. And probably the driver to keep an eye out on when it comes to drivers below the top 35. You go back to the field here. A little bit of a side-by-side battle right. Whoa, that was Blake Jefferson. As we continue to watch Blake Jefferson just being swallowed by the field. Just slammed into the wall. He is all the way back in the field here. Last time by, being recorded in 18th right now. As he continues to fall back to the field. How about Spencer Purcell right now? The 25 car making his first start of the season. Had a strong run early in season 1. Had probably one of the cars to watch out for in the playoffs. And ever since he was eliminated from round 1 after a violent flip at Bristol, it has just been downhill ever since. Failed to make the Beachside 400, now running in dead last. Not quite been the season starting that Purcell's wanted, but maybe he can make things up as the season progresses. Currently, right now, he's actually also the only playoff provisional driver that is relying heavily on the playoff provisional to make races now. That and Peyton Beasley, I forgot to mention too. Both those drivers would most likely not be in this race if it wasn't for their playoff provisionals. As Purcell moves up to 39th, as Camacho now falls back to 40th. At the moment right now, Philip Watson continues to lead, also a playoff provisional driver. So even if he was struggling, he wouldn't have to worry about failing to make the races this year. Oh, here comes Zartman. Michael Zartman Jr. looking on the inside now for the lead. Here he comes. Couldn't quite get the run off of turn 1. Looks like he's going to fall right back in line with the 39. Well, it looks like he might have a slingshot move being charged up. He's waiting for the right time to strike. This 39 team still leads the field. It looks like the top 5 is pretty distanced itself right now. A little bit, a lot of single file racing right now with here. It's like the only major battle right now is with Kenny Keller, Kendrick Lawson, and Brandon Barani. But it looks like they have all sort of assessed their differences at that point, and they have all fallen in line. Meanwhile, here comes Josh Hayden in the 67, looking right on the bumper of the 50. Oh, look at this! Here comes Michael Zartman, a great run off of 3 and 4. Philip Watson's going to lead that lap, but it looks like Zartman might have a run if he can get a good run off of turn 1, 2. Oh, he's right. Here we go. Side by side, down the back straightaway. Zartman's really good in the corner, especially coming off the turns. And look at this. Here he comes. New leader of the race. It's the number 50, and Michael Zartman Jr. is going to lead his first lap of the season. Look at the 50 right now. He is rocking his way up, currently below the top 35. So right now, a win right now would be extremely crucial because that would mean he'd be in the top 35 in points. This guy is kind of in a... So, he's good. He's basically going to be earning... He's basically earned everything so far. Had a fast car in knockout qualifying, and now he's leading the field. Now Hayden moves up to second, and Philip Watson falls back to third. Stephen Willey currently running in the fourth position, a little bit far behind the leaders. Then we got LJ Toledo, not LJ Toledo. I mixed up Jeff Toledo's name, and now I'm mixing up LJ's name. It's gonna be a long season. But Jeff Toledo, pretty unfortunate season, ran pretty much the entire season in season 1 outside the top 30 in points. Very good run at Daytona, and now he's running inside the top 5 here today at Rockingham. He might have an absolute turnaround this season if he can keep it up. Maybe you have Kenny Keller, quiet season so far. Had a very good run at Daytona, and now he's running right now up in 6th. The Easy Care Mustang. Meanwhile, here comes Christian Vargas, beachside 400 champion, now inside the top 10. And also, here comes Ryan Labago in the 95, making his first start of the season. Looking on the inside, he's going to pass Kendrick Lawson for 10th. Now he's inside the top 10. Move back up to the front. Zartman now has about a 3-car, almost looks like a 3 to 5 car length lead ahead of the rest of the field here. As we are still caution free. Right now, look at some of the battles out in the back here. LJ Toledo, who had a very good run in the beach, started on the outside pull of the beachside 400, and then everything went downhill after that. Involved in a couple wrecks, but now we're running in 31st right now. Moved up to 30th as Blake Jefferson continues to fall back. Now in 32nd right now. Falling all the way back to 32nd, which is unfortunate. Was leading the race, and ever since he just could not get to the inside. It's just been very unfortunate ever since. How about some drivers that had a pretty good run so far? Noah Sweet started in last place, and now he's working his way up to 17th. So a pretty big mover. He's actually been a pretty consistent driver. Finished second in the beachside 400. Could be able to get a pretty big win here today. Wow, Friston way up to the top here. Nope, looks like we got some pit stops. Pit stops are underway here on lap 28. Or 27, actually. But looks like Josh Hayden did not go in. Josh Hayden and Philip Watson are probably going to put another lap in. So is Keller, Ryan Vargas. Yep, and they're going to go in this time. They were just getting another lap in. Be able to stretch their fuel out. Get another little bit of session here. As we take a look here, let's take a look and see who's going to be the first driver out of the pits here. As they're all coming in. It looks like it's going to be Zartman and Willie going to be the first two drivers coming out. And we got Ryan Labongo, Oskin, Jeff Toledo, Lawson. That was Barani beating out Foster, Sweet, Mills, Khalil, Johnston, Wilson, Lynn, Breton, Durrani, Steelman. I don't know if that was LJ or Lowe that beat him out, but as we could go through that all day. As right now, it still leaders currently Josh Hayden, the 67. He's going to come right out. Going to fall to the two leaders, but he's going to come right back up into third place. As right now, Zartman's got some lap traffic to get around. As meanwhile, we got a little bit right here. Stephen Willie and Caleb Campbell might be working together here because keep in mind, these two are teammates. So, the 46 and the 62 are teammates right now. Something tells me that Campbell and Willie are going to work together, with Campbell being like his escortee. And we'll escort the 62 through lap traffic here. Right now, lap traffic in the form of Owen Miles and Juan Camacho currently keeps the two drivers up right now and right on the back of the 61 car. This time by 10 laps to go here at Rockingham. Caution free so far. And just as I expected what was going to happen, it looks like Caleb Campbell's going to help escort Stephen Willie through the lap traffic and get to the lead. He's going to have a run coming off of turn 3 and 4, and he's going to have that big run. Wow, amazing teamwork by the 46 and the 62 car. As now Stephen Willie leads him around. With about 9 laps to go. Right now, unless a caution comes out, it's all going to come down to Willie and Zartman. Unless a caution comes out, or Hayden and Lavongo could make some runs. Make some good runs coming off. And maybe give these two some competition. As the 50 is right on the back of the 62 car. It all comes down to the last of this lap traffic. But looks like lap traffic's really running at the same pace as the leaders, which is good. Willie running a pretty impressive run, as he's now about 2 to 3 car lengths ahead of the 50 car of Zartman. But Zartman's not giving up just yet. I think he's going to wait for the right time to make that move. Meanwhile, let's look through the rest of the field here. Philip Watson currently running up top 5. You got a little bit of a battle for 6th right here with Jeff Toledo and Kennedy Keller. Both drivers having some impressive runs today. Almost a half a second lead ahead that separates Stephen Willie in the 62 and Michael Zartman in the 50. And about a 2-second lead ahead of Josh Hayden. Now here we are, 5 laps to go here at Rockingham. This race is about to get intense. Oh my goodness, look at this! Look at that! Michael Zartman gets a great run down the backstretch. He's going to get a great run off of turn 2. And now they're side by side going down the backstretch. Zartman's going to fall back in line. I think he's going to be charging up for a slingshot move in the closing laps. He's looking. He's looking, but he just can't quite get there. But you can tell he's about to get through the slingshot move. And there it is, right there. Michael Zartman Jr. uses a great slingshot move for the 50 car. And he's going to take the lead back. Now, can Willie try to do the same thing with only 2 to go? Only 2 laps to go here today. Can Willie even try to do the same thing? But looks like that might not be the case here. 2 car length lead ahead. Oh, here comes Willie. Gonna close that down to possibly car lights. He might be right in the back of the bumper of the 50 car as we come down to the white flag. This time by. Zartman's got the lead, but can Steven really do anything else? Look at that. 62's right on the bumper of the 50 car. Can he do anything? As they go down the backstretch, he has no more help with Caleb Campbell. Can he try to get that slingshot move going as they come into turn 3? Well, it looks like the 50's going to pull away out of turn 4. Michael Zartman Jr. is going to get a crucial victory here today. He wins the Autotrader 400. One thing's for certain in this race right here. Zartman earned this victory here today, and he's going to come home with a crucial victory that's going to help him significantly in the points. A well-needed victory and a well-earned victory for the 50 of Michael Zartman Jr. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings and the points after race number 2.